Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about the best way to buy Bitcoin in 2021 for USA investors. I'll be sharing one particular platform that offers the most cost-effective, safe, and simple process for buying Bitcoin, especially for beginners in the cryptocurrency world. Now, I know your time is valuable, so let's just dive right in. Now, in the past, I've recommended Cash App as a great place to buy Bitcoin, which, to be fair, it still is, but I feel that Cash App has been handily dethroned by an up-and-coming service called Swan, which can provide as large as a 60% savings in fees for Bitcoin buys, along with a great customer experience that Cash App just hasn't been able to stand up to. Swan is a US-based platform that enables users to set up recurring Bitcoin purchases with minimal fees, high security, and of course the option to automatically move your Bitcoin to self-custody, which is highly recommended for those who ascribe to the common adage, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Now, Swan Bitcoin is currently available in all 50 US states, including the notoriously exclusive states like New York that really have tough regulations. And you can also use Swan in other US territories like Puerto Rico and Guam. Now, if you're interested in checking out Swan at any time during this video, the link will be down in the description box below. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up here in just a second. But if you're watching this and you're in Canada, you're in the UK, you're in Europe or Asia, I would encourage you or urge you to check out Bull Bitcoin, CoinFloor, and Kraken respectively. They don't all offer the absolute ease of use that Swan offers or the scheduled buy options, but they are still great options to get Bitcoin if that's what you're here for. That said, for those who are in a compatible region, here's how Swan works. Simply go to their website and you enter in an email address to get started. And quick pro tip for those who are very privacy oriented, just create a separate secret email with a random email ID just for this account if you're worried about it being linked to your other stuff. Once you've submitted your email, you will select your recurring buying schedule for Bitcoin, which allows you to set up dollar amounts on a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis for as little as $10 per month in total. So it should work for virtually any budget. Then you have the option to prepay fees annually, which nets you the lowest possible fees ranging from 0.99% to 1.99%, or you can choose to pay your fees as you go for the slightly higher 1.19% or 2.29% in fees, which depends on how much you buy per period, with higher buys netting you lower fees. Now, for anyone wondering, if you buy $200 per month or more worth of Bitcoin with Swan and pay fees upfront annually, you can lock in that low 0.99% fee, which means you get to keep 99% of the Bitcoin that you buy, and that's a very good thing. If you compare these fee structures to Cash App and Coinbase, for example, you'll see there are significant savings that you can render from Swan, with up to 80% savings on fees compared to Coinbase, especially for smaller Bitcoin buys, which make up a large proportion of people's transactions. So even if you can only afford to put $10 in Bitcoin every 2 weeks, for example, you're still saving a massive amount in fees over time by using Swan instead of Coinbase for those small buys. Compared to Cash App, it's the same story, but instead of the fee structure comparison lending itself to smaller transaction, it lends itself more to bigger buyers, showing a nearly 60% savings on fees for folks that are buying $50 or more per week in Bitcoin. To finish up the setup though for your Swan account, you just have to get your identity verified and your bank account linked up. And then once you've done that, you're good to go. Once verified, there is no stressing about timing your Bitcoin buys, no worrying about finding the lowest fees for transactions in real time. It's such a simple user experience that I think makes a huge difference, especially for beginners in the space. Based on this, for someone who wants to find the cheapest way to buy Bitcoin and build an investment over time in sort of a set it and forget it type of user experience, Swan is an absolute gem of a service. Now you might be wondering, why would I want to commit to a scheduled buy? Why can't I just pick when I buy and in what volume and where? Well, that's a great point. And the first thing to note is that there is a 30-day guarantee for all annual prepaid fee plans if you change your mind. So if you've paid up front, you change your mind, you have 30 days to get your money back, minus any of the fees for buys that you've already made on the plan to date. So if you're paying fees as you go, there is no commitment whatsoever. You can cancel your recurring buys at any time. The other thing that you should know here is that the scheduled buying approach that Swan employs for you and makes super easy for you actually has a name. And the term for this investment approach is dollar cost averaging, where you incrementally add to your Bitcoin savings over time on a cadence rather than trying to time the market with a lump sum of money within a few trades. Now, this to me, and I think to a lot of people, is a critical value driver for Swan. They make it so easy to use this strategy, which is truly a valuable tool for those who believe in Bitcoin long term. In fact, there are many proponents of dollar cost averaging as the superior investing strategy for a wide variety of people. The problem that many investors tend to have investing in traditionally volatile assets like Bitcoin is that they try and time the market. They try and buy a dip or sell at what they think is the top. And what that often ends up resulting in is missed opportunities, bad investment timing, and etc. It's virtually impossible to time the market with any level of confidence. And as such, by investing a predictable amount of money that you can afford comfortably on a set cadence, you can take advantage of the peaks and valleys of prices that you'll see and average out those wins and losses. Sometimes your buys might fall on a peak and you'll lose a bit of value as price recedes. And other times it'll fall on a valley and you'll add value back as prices rise. This approach also encourages you to not overextend yourself because it uses a preset amount you define on your plan, no more, no less, and it helps you eliminate the risk of emotional investment decisions, especially people who overinvest trying to buy the dip. This is the probabilistic approach to investing, where you try and spread your risk, but it is not perfect, nor does it guarantee the growth of your portfolio. So please understand those risks and know that this is not financial advice, nor a promise that this will render you massive profits. Now, it should be made clear that Swan does not by any means offer the lowest possible fee that you can find anywhere on the market when you're buying any type of cryptocurrency. There are professional exchanges that offer even smaller fees for Bitcoin buys depending on the volume that you're doing. However, those exchanges like Coinbase Pro, for example, have dreadful user experiences. They're not targeted for average retail investors, and they do not offer the simple dollar cost averaging setup that Swan does. These services are focused on more so traders and serious investors, not necessarily casual investors. So if you fit one of those categories, you're a trader, you're a serious investor, you're going to be trading more and more often, go for a pro exchange. However, if you're a beginner or even an experienced casual investor who wants to get set up with a cheap and easy way to buy Bitcoin in a predictable manner, Swan is absolutely ideal for you. It will remove all the guesswork from the equation, and you will basically put your Bitcoin buying on autopilot. But it will also give you full control over where your assets are stored, whether you decide to use the custodial trust that Swan offers or to set up your Bitcoin to go straight into your cold storage. Which brings me to another pro tip. You should set up your withdrawals to happen every 0.1 Bitcoin you accumulate with Swan, which ensures that you balance the amount of Bitcoin network transaction fees you're going to incur to transfer your Bitcoin to cold storage. All in all, I can't recommend this service enough. I've been urging personally my family and friends to move their Bitcoin investing over to Swan because it really is such a well-designed product run by good quality people who resonate with the ethos of Bitcoin. Again, if you're interested in signing up for Swan and you're in a supported region in the United States or the supporting US territories, the link is down in the description below for Swan if you want to check it out. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the day. Please do let me know in the comments below if there are any videos you'd like to see about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, because this channel is truly all about me creating stuff that you like to watch. And with that, I will leave a video here if you're interested in sticking around and watching another video. But regardless, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, cheers.